this might seem morbid, but I think about death a lot. I think about how I'm going to feel when I'm close to the end of the road, if I even know that it's coming. And what's crazy to me is a lot of people that I speak to about social media, or just speak to about their dreams and things that they want to achieve. One of the biggest hang-ups is, what are people going to think about me? What are people going to say? My family's going to judge me. My friends are going to judge me. And what I think about is, if I do get to the end of the line and I'm on my deathbed, I know it's coming. Are the people around me, the people who are around me, they love me. They don't care about the videos that I made. They don't care about anything, right? They just want to be present with me in the last moments. And I guarantee nothing in their head is going to be like, wow, I can't believe this person went for their dreams and failed, or learned, more than likely. But so many people are hung up on, like, what are people going to think of me now in this life? Rather than just going for stuff and recognizing that when you go home, the person at home with you and your dogs, as long as they're still happy to see you, that's all that matters. And that hang up is wild to me. It's so wild. And life is so wild. Again, thinking about the end of the road, wouldn't you rather in a few years look back and have a cool story to tell than wonder what if? And I know money is a big thing. Like, you have to have money to live and get through this life. And so many people want to work all day, every day for somebody else doing something they don't even like. And it could all be over tomorrow. It's wild. It blows my mind. I'm super passionate about this. I talk to a lot of people about this. I talk to my best friend about this constantly. It's like, dude, you're doing a job that you don't like to supply money. I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to kind of get through this, talk through this, but I don't want to live my life with what ifs. I want to go for everything and see what happens. And if I go through hard times, I know those hard times are going to be stories eventually, and stories that I can tell about how I tried. And I'd rather live with those stories of how I tried than live with what if and be in a place that I hate in the next 10 years, 20 years. And besides thinking of death, I think about my older self. What would my older self be excited that I did? What do they wish I would be doing now? And I try to do that thing. So if 60-year-old me was sitting next to me in this car, would they be stoked that I'm sitting in my car doing what I believe in? And if you guys don't know, I've been in my car practically every morning doing action items being things that I know that will help me be successful and accomplish the goals that I have. And I don't leave until I finish those things. I want them done every single day, every single morning. Right now, it's building this social media community that I have. And I added a daily action item, which is creating a YouTube video and talking about some of the thoughts and the experiences that I've had. And what book actually started getting me to think about death would be, it's called Resilience. And it is a series of letters written by a Navy SEAL to a friend who's struggling, another Navy SEAL, and how important resilience is and going through hard times. And I remember one of the activities in the book, it said you should write, maybe I'm thinking it was that book, it was write your own obituary or something like that, or eulogy. No, eulogy is a different word. That's the wrong word. It's pretty much like what you would be reading. What would you want somebody to be reading off of a paper at your funeral? And that got me thinking. I definitely don't want people to be like, he was a great employee for 60 years at this job and then he died 2 years later. Like, no way. That's not what I want. And it's crazy because the pressures from life, and again, like the financial pressure, the family, having to pay a mortgage, and people seeing what everyone else is doing and thinking that that's the road that they have to take and the path they have to take. And I have been very fortunate to not even just not care, but is just have the opportunity to do the things that I want to be doing. So my perspective is obviously different. My life is completely different than somebody who had no choice but But once you realize you do have a choice and there's other ways that you can do things, it's like mind gets blown. I've shared this before, and I want to share it again. Is there's somebody doing what you love that knows less than you, and they're making more than you make now at the job that you have. So I'm not saying leave your job, make no money, and like just go for your passion. It's build with the time that you have the thing that you love, because you can do it. Somebody else is making more money doing it. Why not you? And again, wouldn't you rather have a few long nights chasing your dreams now than to realize like, I'm too late. It's too late. Being like, if you could know when your last day on earth would be, like, how would you change? What about your life would change? If you knew you had 17 more years, would you be like, all right, you know what? One more year working at this job is going to be okay, and now I'll have 16 years to do whatever I want? Or would you be like, man, I've got 17 years left. I need to do all the things that I dreamed about doing, and I need to push and full send, and I don't want to sit here and think what if anymore. Yeah. Another good book was The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, I believe it's called. That's another one that I read pretty early on. I listened to it on Audible. And that got me thinking about, again, the end and what I don't want. I don't want to have regrets at the end. Kind of going back to the social media thing, I know that's it seems like so small when you think about the grand scheme of things, when you kind of like look at your life from this 30,000 view. Social media is so small, but so many people could accomplish their goals using social. It's an incredible tool, but they're so worried about what other people are going to think. And it's like, who cares what other people think if you are chasing your dreams? Who cares if you suck at it? Because you're eventually going to get better at it. And I'm not saying just like social media itself, but running social media for your business, getting more clients, and helping that generate the life that you want to live. But so many people put like this cap on themselves too. There's no way I could do it. Again, there's kids on YouTube opening toys, making millions of dollars a year. How come you can't make millions of dollars a year sharing the value that you have? Your value is valuable. You are valuable. And to think, like, I hear people always say too, there's already 1 million nutrition companies, or there's already 1 million of these. What makes me different? Your perspective, your experience, your journey, your character. You will pull people towards you that relate to you and appreciate what you're doing. They might not relate to the other 1,000 nutrition companies or 1,000 companies that are doing it. I have this social media community that I'm building. There's 1 million other social media communities that exist. There are, thousands of people selling courses. There's whatever. And another crazy part of this is all this information exists on the internet for free. I'm just bringing it together. And that's potentially what you're doing, right? Like, you don't need to share your nutrition or teach someone nutrition. You don't have to. They could just go read a book or join a course and learn it themselves. But the value you provide is you and the connection and the community and the experiences, etc. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I think about that often. Some people, even my wife sometimes would be like, don't say that. Like, you're going to die or not going to die. But I feel like it's very powerful, and it helps me take massive action constantly. Not only do I not want to live a life of what if, I also want to make sure that if tomorrow were the last day, I tried to get all my ducks in a row constantly to make sure that if I was gone, things would still be okay. So think about who's going to care when you're on your deathbed. You won't. You probably won't give a shit. And the people around you probably won't give a shit. And stop living with what if. And if someone told you had a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 17 years, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen one day. It's going to happen eventually. The average lifespan, I think, in the U.S. is like 77 years old. So if I live to the average age, I only got 46 years left. So I don't want to spend any more of those years doing anything anybody else wants me to do. I want to do what I want to be doing, and I don't want to be limited. No more limits. I want to place no more limits on what I can achieve. And I want to do that every day and see what happens. And I hope you decide to do the same thing and just start. That's all I have for you. Just start. It probably won't be easy, but you'll have some good stories. And living the life that you're living now might not be easy either. So might as well live a life that's hard doing what you love than a life that's hard doing what you hate. Just start.